If your MSP is still relying on cold calls, random emails, or referrals to magically show up, that's not a strategy. That's hope. And hope is not a growth plan. So here's the truth. If you want better leads, higher quality conversations, and prospects who already trust you before you ever talk to them, you need webinars in your marketing stack. Webinars aren't just another marketing tactic. They're one of the most effective ways for MSPs to generate leads while positioning themselves as the expert. So think about it. A webinar lets you educate instead of pitch. It lets you demonstrate authority instead of claiming it. And it attracts people who are actively looking for answers, not tire kickers who aren't ready to buy. When someone registers for your webinar, they're raising their hand and saying, I have a problem and I need help solving it. That's a dramatically different lead than someone who clicked an ad by accident. But here's where most MSPs get this wrong. They don't plan their webinar with intention. Every successful webinar starts with a clear goal. Are you trying to build awareness, generate leads, start sales conversations? You need to know the outcome before you choose the topic. Next, you pick a topic that speaks directly to a pain your ideal client already feels. Not something technical, not something you think is interesting, something that keeps them up at night. Then you decide on the format. Solo presentation, interview, or a panel discussion. The format doesn't matter nearly as much as clarity and value. Now, if it's easy to follow and delivers the answers, it will work. Now, here's where webinars really separate themselves from other marketing tactics. A well-run webinar doesn't stop working when it ends. This is where answer engine optimization comes into play. Every question asked during your webinar is content. Those questions can become blog posts, short videos, FAQs, and social content that continue attracting your prospects long after the live event is over. And instead of guessing what your audience wants to know, your webinar literally tells you. And when you use that information correctly, your content starts showing up in search, AI results, and voice queries because you're giving direct, relevant answers. But execution matters. Your webinar needs to be engaging, ask questions, use polls, pull people into the conversation early. The faster they interact, the more likely they stay. Your technology needs to work. Poor audio, bad lighting, or platform issues instantly damage credibility. And if you want to look like a premium MSP, your presentation has to match. And promotion is a non-negotiable. If you're not promoting your webinar for at least 2 weeks across email and social, you're leaving registrations on the table. And once the webinar ends, the real work begins. Follow up immediately. Thank attendees. Share the replay. Reach out to the engaged participants. Review the attendance and engagement metrics so the next webinar performs even better. Your first webinar doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to exist. And consistency is what builds authority. Consistency is what builds trust. And consistency is what turns webinars into predictable lead generation engines. If you're serious about growing your MSP and attracting better clients, webinars shouldn't be optional. They should be foundational. And if you want straight talk, proven MSP marketing strategies that actually work, click the link in the description and subscribe to the weekly MSP marketing newsletter. There's no theory here, no nonsense, just real marketing that drives real results.